They're going to be finishing up their fall ball playoffs today. So this is a semifinal matchup between Sticks and Click. So have not started yet. Had a late lineup change. So leading off here, it's going to be Mikey. So just kind of juggling here as we get settled in. And there's a ground ball to third, a little bobble throw to first. Skips past, so the leadoff man gets on here for Sticks. So he hit a little ground ball to third. Again, late in the summer, field a little dusty out here. Third baseman had a little bobble on it, couldn't make the play, leadoff man on. That's going to bring up Blake. So just underway, Click was the higher seed, so they're the home team. The other semifinal is going on across the way in field 3. And there's a high fly ball to left. Left fielder got a beat on it, puts it away. The runner tags. He goes about halfway, but then he turned around. I think he might have ended up making it had he gone, but thought better of it and came back. That's going to bring up Jack Harrigan, the shortstop. So 1 on, 1 out here, just underway, top of the first. On Championship Tuesday here at Hamlin. And he goes opposite field, drives it, but right at the right fielder, makes an easy catch and lobs it in, holding the runner at first. So far after the leadoff man got on, Sticks have been unable to move him. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Pat. And for those of you tuning in for the first time, what you're watching is Chicago 16-inch style softball. You're seeing it correct, no mitts. And there's a high fly ball driven to left. Left fielder playing deep, gets there easily. So leadoff single gets stranded. We head to the bottom of the first, no score. And we'll run through some rules here while we got a little time. 60-foot bases, 38 from the pitching rubber to the point of home plate, 612 on the arc. Pitcher gets what we call a drag step because we're playing no glove. If we were playing glove, he'd have to be tethered to the rubber. He gets 2 fakes or hesitation. Third arm action must be to deliver the ball home. A throw or a fake to a base counts as one of those fakes or hesitations. Base runners can lead off, but they can't steal. 612 on the arc, and it is not a mush ball. This comes out of the box pretty firm. It will maintain its consistency, and we swing heavy bats. They can weigh up to 38 ounces, 34 inches long, 2 1/4 on the barrel. Not much wind to speak of, and no fences, so it's going to be all you can get. So leading off, it's going to be Joe. And Joe has played on a lot of teams. And there's a ground ball, and he drives it up the middle. So both teams put their leadoff man in the top of the first. Sticks couldn't do anything with it, and we'll see if Click can. So here's Jake now. He'll be followed by Jules. We're going with first names tonight. And Jake tries to walk the dog down to third baseline, or first baseline, but that's going to drift foul, and it's going to roll. They played this fence line here all the way down. Not that much foul territory here. And this is the last day for 16-inch softball for Hamlin Park this summer. Rich Blake doing a great job out here. So reset, 1 on, nobody out here. And Jake, a little overhand cut, and he hits it up the middle. Joe's going to stop at second, first and second. Coach, you guys playing 1-1 tonight?
Yes.
Okay, 1-1 count. So that usually moves the games. So first two hitters on, first and second, brings up Jules. And he tries to go down that right field line. That's going to spin way out of play. So we got a lot of stuff going on in the SSA. We put a post up, SSA Today. Scroll down and you can get a little hint on what our broadcast schedule will be in the fall. It's always subject to change. So we reset on the hitter now. And he goes and he walks it fair down that right field line. One run is in. Jake will stop at third and Click an early 1-0 lead here. Brings up George. So Click early lead here, bottom of the first. And he overhand cuts, and he's going to dump that in front of the left fielder. Now there's a bobble. Julian will get into third. Second run scores. Little overhand cut. And we've seen it because of the way the field is. It kind of slopes from the foul line down for drainage. And we've seen the last few times we've been out here on this diamond, and there's a swing, and he punches it into right field. Another run scores. 2 runs are going to score. So 4-0. Click all business out of the gate as Karl Fabiakovitz just reached up and punched the ball into right field. But as we were saying, the field slopes down here, and the grass gets pretty chewed up here during the summer months. They got softball, they got Little League, and so as a result, we've seen some crazy hops on balls that get dumped toward that left field line. This is going to bring up Zach, and Zach, hard ground ball, nice play by the short center, but he couldn't connect with it. The shortstop, Harrigan, everybody's safe. So Click with 4 runs in, 2 base runners, nobody out for Matt. And there's a little roller to the second baseman. He'll go to second for 1, relay not in time, but they do get an out. Runners on the corner now with 1 out. Brings up Joe. And Joe, they're really working this right field line, but he punched that foul. Now with 2 strikes, he'll have to keep it fair. So we got a lot of stuff coming on. We'll have a lot more live softball for you guys as we're out here tonight. Tomorrow we'll be doing a little co-ed from Harrison. And next Monday, we'll be out at Harrison for the start of their men's playoffs. And there's a high infield pop-up caught by the pitcher. Carl jockeying at third, but he'll stay there. Nice play by the pitcher. That ball was hitting no man's land. And they get the second out. It brings up Nick with Jeremy Jerger on deck. So the runner on first will be going. He hammers that foul down the left field line. So coming in, Click was the number 1 seed. They told me the 2 seed got upset by Dirt, who's playing on the other diamond. So coming in here to today, Click a little bit of a favorite to win. Line drive caught by Harrigan for the 3rd out. So good ball, but Harrigan got a good read on it and made the play. So we're going to head to the top of the second, 4-0, Click, playing like the 1 seed after 1. And then, of course, next week we'll be heading out to Las Vegas for the SSA Las Vegas Big Ball Getaway Tournament, one-day event. It's going to be held next Saturday out at Desert Breeze. We did put a flyer up. I think we got a couple of spots open. So if anybody wants to jump in, give Ronnie Matriciano a call. His number's on the flyer. And Ronnie will see what he can do. And that's always a fun event. So here's Luke leading off here for the Sticks. Hits a hard ground ball off the pitcher. Second baseman had to change direction. Made a very nice play. So great play there. Went off of Carl Fabiakovitz. Turned on a dime. Made a little backhand flip. Good job by the first baseman on the stretch to stay on the bag. Leadoff man down, and here's Danny. So you got Luke and Danny. They got the same last name. Must be brothers. There's a high pop-up, and now the second baseman couldn't make the catch. He was in fair territory, and it'll be a stand-up double. So great effort there by the second baseman. So he had to change directions charging in, and that time he had to go flying out. Got two hands on it. Again, he's running downhill off the lip of the grass and couldn't hold on. So here's Charlie, base runner at second. And there's a hard ground ball knocked down by the second baseman. Can't make a play. Now the runner's going to try to score, and he will. It's a little short one-hop throw there. Joe tried to scoop and tag, but the ball came loose. So here's Andrew. One in here, one out, one on second. So if you're the Sticks, they're doing what they got to do, trying to maintain contact in this game. There's a little ground ball, and now they're going to throw to third, and he's going to be out for out number 2. It's going to bring up Mikey. And again, that's not a good piece of base running. That ball was hit to Carl, and the ball was taking Carl a little bit toward third. So Carl, with good recognition there, through to third. He was out by 7-8 feet, and there's a ground ball to short, and Jeremy pitch and catch at first. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 7. The Sticks do get on the board to make it 2-1. So it's going to be Jeremy, Andrew Holtzman, and then the top with Jomo. As we head to the second in a 4-1 contest. So the winner tonight will stay on this diamond and play in the championship game immediately after against the winner of the other semifinal. So it looks like the Sticks have got 3 Leitners in their lineup. So here's Jeremy. Always thought Jeremy was a deceivingly good player, excellent hands. He's just an excellent infielder. And for a kid who's not too big, he does know how to get on base. And there's a ball off the pitcher, and it's going to sneak up the middle, base hit. So he was trying to punch that hole up the middle. The pitcher did get a finger on it, but he can't make the play. Leadoff man on. It brings up Andrew Holtzman. Andrew been around for a while. And he tries to go the other way. Long run, left fielder, nice running catch. just below the belt on a dead sprint. Not sure if he would have been fair. So you can see they were telling Jeremy why he didn't tag there, but here's the top of the lineup with Joe, and he pops up to the right fielder. That'll be out number 2. So that'll bring up Jake. So we're into this top of the lineup that gave the Sticks fits in that bottom of the first. So with 2 outs here, they're trying to get out of the inning after the leadoff infield single. They have not moved the base runner. Jeremy can scoot a little bit. Anything hit toward a gap or that stretch single, well, now it's moot because they walked Jake. And it brings in Julian. Because you might know Julian from his dirty 38s. And Julian is just an excellent player. And there he pounds it to third, and everybody's going to be safe.
Ball, Jules.
So he pounded a hard line drive. The third baseman got a couple of hands on it, knocked it down. Jeremy, running on the swing, easily got past him. And it brings up George. So all of a sudden, after there were 2 outs and 1 runner, the bases are loaded. And there's a base hit. 1 run is in. Jake's going to score 6-1. So we were talking about how this top portion of the lineup gave the Sticks fits in that bottom of the first, and they do so here again. Brings up Karl Fabiakovitz, and he tries to go big. That's going to be well out of play over by the lamppost. So perfect day to play softball. Feels like it might be 70 or a little below 70, not much, but no wind to speak of. Top of the trees not moving at all. And you can tell some of that dust is just hanging in the air here. And Carl, base hit. Another run's going to score. Joe gets into third, 7-1 ball game. And they do play mercy rule in the playoffs. Just something to keep in mind here. So Carl, his second hit, brings up Zach. And Click not fooling around in this ball game. And there's a high fly ball toward the gap. Left fielder jumps up and makes the catch. So Zach gave it a ride. Left fielder, good jump on it to rob him of what might have been extra bases, possibly a home run. So we head to the top of the third inning. 7-1, Click. And as we stated over the weekend, the All-Geo team is being finalized. And we'll be doing a show shortly. And we're also going to be releasing the final SSA Chicago Summer Series statistics. It's about 16 pages long, but it has all the teams' stats on it. So you guys will be able to check that out. And the way we sorted it, it's a PDF, so you won't be able to kind of sort it. But the way we did it, we sorted it by batting average for each team, and it'll have all kinds of fun stats to look at on there, including on base, slugging, on base plus slugging, home runs, RBIs, singles, doubles, triples. There's a one hopper to Jeremy. The Malouk lives. The ball took a little bit of a weird hop, which is not surprising. So the leadoff man on, Richard, brings up John. then they'll be to the top of their lineup with Mikey. And there's a fly ball toward the alley. Right fielder, easy play. It just kind of died up there. Allowed him to jog over and make the catch. 1 out. Now they're back to the top with Mikey. Blake on deck. So the Sticks have had a few base runners. Just need to string a few more of these hits together. And there's a little ground ball to third, over to second for 1. The relay would have been in time. First baseman couldn't hold on to it. Julian Russell with a good turn. Now bring up Blake. 2 outs now. And when you get to the top of the lineup, you're always worried about things like errors because you never know. But they're going to get out of it as there's a high fly ball to left. So at the end of 2.5, 7-1. Blake flies out to end the inning. So it's going to be Matt, Joe, and Nick coming up here for Click. I like it up here, J-Rob. I got a lot of friends up here. And I appreciate you coming out Saturday, J-Rob. Was hoping a few more CPS alum would have come out to support the kids, but... So here's Matt, hard ground ball over to Harrigan. He sat on it, stayed down, made the play. So congratulations again to Peyton winning the CPS championship. They walked off Taft. Here's Joe. And I was very impressed with the Peyton fan base. And Joe pounds it up the middle. Base hit. Looked like they had the school cheerleading squad out. A lot of parents and friends, and they were very vocal, cheering on their Peyton boys 16-inch team. So here comes Joe, first baseman, be followed by Nick. And there's a high fly ball to center. And a right fielder makes a tumbling catch. He had to run around the right fielder as there's a game going on in field 4. He had to run around him, made a nice tumbling catch. Sorry, that was Nick. Here's Jeremy. So very nicely done there. Hey, Phil. So here's Jeremy now. Got an infield single as he banged it off the pitcher. And there he tries to float the right field line. That's going to be way foul. So 3 games going on here, Hamlin Park tonight. I tell you, this Joe's got some pretty hair. I don't know if it's as sweet as Tyler from Signature, but they should both go to Mago Styling Cave and maybe get a trim. Jeremy swings. He gets his second hit of the ball game. Joe will stop at second. We told you, he just good infielder, knows how to get on base. It brings up Andrew Holtzman. Yeah, Brian, the championship game will be at 7:30. The winner of this will be in the championship versus the other semifinal, high pop-up, and that will do it. So, little mini threat. Sticks get out of it. We head to the top of the fourth, still 7-1. And it's going to be Jack Harrigan, Pat Hart, and Luke Latner. So we head to the top of the fourth. Sticks certainly need to get rolling here a little bit. Game getting a little short on them.
It's a lot too little.
So we'll be doing a show shortly with Jerry Brown. Be announcing that all Geo team. We're going to put up probably pictures of all of the summer series and affiliated champions through the summer. And we'll put that into the slideshow. And Harrigan swings leadoff base hit. He's going to take the big turn. Good job by Joe out there. He jumped on it even though it was hit toward the alley, kept him to a single. So that was nicely done. Harrigan running hard out of the box and Jomo doing a great job hustling to the ball. So it brings up Pat now. And there's a hard ground ball, and that's going to deflect off of Jeremy. Harrigan is going to try. No, he shuts it down. Great base running there by Pat to get to second. So this is the best threat the Sticks have had. Second and third, nobody out. They trail by 6. Not quite halfway through the ball game. And it's going to bring Luke up.
This is my cousin, by the way. If you guys want to watch it together.
And there's a swing, and he drives it into right field. 2 runs are going to score, and now all of a sudden, it's a 7-3 game as the Sticks. They've had base runners. This inning, they've strung some hits together. Still nobody out, and here comes Danny. So usually when you get to these fall ball championships, obviously no secrets. Some of these teams have been in this league for a long time. And there's a sky-high pop-up. Second baseman is there. And he puts it away for out number 1. That's going to bring up Charlie. And there's a sky-high fly ball. Right fielder there. He puts it away. The runner did tag. It does move up. They're going to appeal that. No way for an umpire to see it. As you can see, he got out by the mound. Had he stayed at home plate, he might have been able to see it, but then it's not his job to stay there. So here's Andrew, runner at second base. So after the first 3 hitters reached, 2 of them scoring, the next 2 hitters made outs. And the Sticks would certainly like to pick up this run at second to edge a little closer. And there he floats it toward right, but the right fielder right there. But they do pick up a pair, cut into that big lead.
You're allowed to do 2.
Halfway through, 7-3. So click now. they're going to have the top of their lineup with Joe, Jake, and Julian coming up here. We'll see how they respond after giving up that deuce. And one of the worst things you can do, whether it's a tournament game or a league game or a league playoff, is sitting on a number. And so if you're Click now, Sticks are kind of building a little momentum. You want to kind of jump back up there, push something across. And Joe swings, hard line drive, but right at the left fielder. Looked like he was just trying to hit a humpback, and the ball carried out there. So here comes Jake. Good to see Jake out playing again. There's a long one toward the gap. No one's going to get that. Jake on his way to second. They're going to throw it in, and Jake will shut it down at third. Good job on the relay. Strong throw by Harrigan. 1 out triple. Brings up Julian. So good to see Jake back and playing. He's had a few injuries the last couple of years. Was with the shooters. Julian taking that pitch a little deep. And Julian is an elite offensive player, so just cleared the strike zone. And he goes toward right field, makes the catch. That throw's got no chance of getting Jake at the plate. So they get one of those two back, 8-3, here in the bottom of the fourth. Brings up George. And he overhand cuts one, and that'll be fair, right on the chalk. Good job there, getting it in a hurry. Brings up Carl, 2 for 2 in the ball game. No courtesy run for George. So Carl's walked the dog his first time, and then he hit a ball toward left center, long run, but the left fielder's there. They do score one, 8-3 as we head to the top of the fifth. Snappy ball game. Nice. Did he play when he was in high school? First base coach coming out here giving you guys the thumbs up. And again, I believe that's Keith. He was scratched from the lineup. Must be injured in some manner. So this looks like a pinch hitter, Vicky. And he flares one the other way, base hit, little inside out swing. Just dropped the head on it and guided it over. Base hit. No, I'm sorry, Mikey was in the lineup. Brings up Richard with John on deck. So bottom third of the lineup. We talk about how you need these guys to help you a little bit. That's a sky-high fly ball for out number one. So here's John with the top looming. takes a strike. Carl's doing a good job. He hasn't walked anybody. For the most part, he's been ahead. And just missed a little deep with that. Of course, Carl, a lefty. And there's a little chopper over to Jeremy. And Julian dropped the throw in his haste to try to turn the double play. He drops the ball. So two of the three guys at the bottom of the lineup find their way on base. Top of the lineup here for Mikey. And again, we are in the top of the fifth here. High pop-up, and the left fielder makes the catch. No advancement. Brings up Blake, so Sticks have had some base runners. They're just not stringing enough hits together.
Whoa, what do you say? Thank you.
And there's a humpback base hit. That is going to score a run. They'll just throw it into third. 2-out hit by Blake makes it an 8-4 ball game. Brings up Jack Harrigan. Should Jack be able to split a gap here, we might have ourselves a brand new looking ball game. And Jack hits it hard. Julian, little fumble. Can't make the play. Another run's going to score. 8-5. So Sticks back within 3. Excuse me, folks. We got a lot of dust flying around. And that's going to bring up Pat now. Runners on the corner with 2 outs. And a base hit here would be huge, especially if he can get that long stretch single to maybe let Harrigan score. And there's a bullet, but Jeremy secures it. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. So he hit it right on the screws, but right at Jeremy, who made the play. So 8-5 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So the Sticks are just kind of hanging around here. And if you're Click here, you don't want to keep fooling around with it. It's going to be Zach, Matt, and Joe. 6, 7, 8 coming up here for Click. And the way Click started out the first 2 innings, you thought this was going to be a runaway, but they have slowed down for sure. And Sticks just kind of hanging around. And there's a little Humpty into center. Base hit for Zach leading off.
Ball, Zach.
Brings up Matt.
Hey, Matty-O. There, Pete. Go kick.
And there's a ground ball to second. Big hop. Harrigan stays on the bag. He tried to flip a relay. Not in time. Nice play by the second baseman. He got a nasty hop and had to jump up. Maintained his composure and threw a strike to second. So here's Joe. He hits a ground ball. And, I don't know how he called him out at second. They threw it to first, and they got the double play. I'm amazed that ball didn't hit the base runner. First baseman had no angle. just floated it as though he was throwing over the linebacker in front of the safety, and they turned the double play. So leadoff single there gets erased on the double play ball. And we head to the top of the sixth, 8-5.
5-1.
So Sticks just kind of doing what they got to do. They didn't fold up and give up. And here they are, top of the sixth, hanging right in there. It's going to be Luke, Danny, and Charlie. 5, 6, 7. Of course, Click does have the hammer. And there's a little line drive as he guides it between the second baseman and second base for a leadoff single. Again, they've been getting base runners.
Hard on the ground. Hard on the ground and run. Stallion.
And there's another base hit. Runner has thought about it. Again, he made the cardinal mistake. He was looking at the outfielder instead of his coach. Kind of got off rhythm as he was running. Here's Charlie. And by the time he looked back to maybe go to third, it was too late. So first two hitters on here, top of the sixth. Sticks was down 7-0 at one point in this game. And there's a line drive base hit. Another run's going to score. The runner on first cruises into third. 8-6 ball game. Still nobody out here. First three hitters up. All reach. And it brings up Andrew, the first baseman. So they're going to do a little base maintenance as it was starting to kind of get a little loose. I don't think there's a problem with the post there, but there's so much dust here on the field. Sometimes the base gets dislodged. Some of that dirt will slide into the hole, and then you can't get that post down the way you want it. So the umpire's got a little tool. He's digging out around the post and trying to build up the edges a little bit and smooth it out so the bag will. So they got that taken care of. Nice job by the umpire / groundskeeper there. So the first baseman, Andrew Hines, up now. Runners on the corner, nobody out. 8-6. Sticks have scored 6 of the last 7 runs in this ball game. And that ball pitch just nicked the plate for a ball. And there's a swing and another base hit, 8-7. So Sticks this inning, they've strung some hits together. Still nobody out here, first and second. And it brings up Mikey Nowicki. Nobody out here. 2 runs in already here. And that pitch is on the plate. And this inning, Carl hasn't been quite as sharp as he was earlier in the ball game. And that'll be an infield fly rule for the first out of the inning as he skied it to the second baseman. And here comes Richard. And that's the kind of out you don't like to see because nobody advanced on it. It's okay to make an out there with nobody out if you can move both runners. And then at that point, as the ball comes rolling into the field, home run down there. So,
Deep downtown.
getting back to our game, it's okay to make an out if you're productive. If you move both those base runners, then with one out, you got a 2-for-1 to maybe get a single and take the lead. And there's a little pop-up, long run. Yeager going out, collision, and they catch it. Jeremy caught it. I don't know if it flipped out of his hands or if he pitched it to the right fielder. Holtzman looked a little surprised and flipped it right back to Jeremy, and Jeremy held on. So a little bit of a circus play there. 2 outs. And here comes John, the 10th hitter in the lineup. So after getting to 8-7, line drive, Julian Russell in time. In the inning, though, they pick up a pair. They close to within 1, and we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. And that's a good example of when you don't move the runners on that little short pop-up with the crazy stuff that was going on with Jeremy. He was actually on the ground when it got flipped back to him. You might have had a chance to tag and try to score on that.
I'm just instilling positive enthusiasm. That's all you need.
So we got ourselves a tight ball game. It was 7-0 at one point. Click was winning. Now their lead shrunk down to 1. And the leadoff man, line drive, but right at the left fielder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Nick lines out to right. It brings up Jeremy. And then it will be Andrew Holtzman in the top. So if you're the Sticks, that top of the lineup has been doing okay. And there's a little flare. Third baseman can't get to it. He took a step forward at first on the swing, and the ball carried a little deeper than he thought, and he couldn't recover. So Jeremy, a couple of hits in the ball game, looking to get on for Holtzman. And there's a ground ball up the middle. Nice hop. Throw. Just nick him at first. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Holtzman. If you're Click, the bad news is your 7-run lead's down to 1. The good news is, even if Andrew makes an out, you would have the top of your lineup in the bottom of the 7th, should the Sticks tie or take the lead. And Holtzman goes the other way off the third baseman. So Andrew just slapped it, short hopped the third baseman, popped about 12 or 13 feet in the air, and nothing Harrigan could do by the time it came down. And here's Joe. Joe, a couple of hits in the ball game. Jake on deck. And we saw this once before in this ball game when they couldn't get the third out, and the top of the lineup came through with a couple of hits. And there's a hard ground ball. Third baseman snags that. First baseman can't make the play. Now there's runners on the corner. And that brings up Jake. So looked like it was going to be an easy inning, and all of a sudden, potential threat here. Jake, a couple of hits in the ball game, and there he tries to cut, and the third baseman got a hand on it right by the screen. He was kind of spinning out of the way, so he wasn't going to make direct contact, and just couldn't reel it in. It would have been a spectacular catch. So the Sticks struggling to get the third out here. 2 strikes on Jake now. And there's a spinner, and it's going to go foul. And we head to a do-or-die top of the 7th. 8-7. Click clinging to a 1-run lead. They need 1 to tie. 2 to take the lead. Anything less, and Click will play for the championship out here. Top of the 7th.
This is it. Yeah, I need you guys up on the fence. Need you cheering. No, this is it. This is it right here.
So we are at the top of the Sticks lineup with Mikey, Blake, and Jack, excuse me. So both teams here in the 7th are going to have the top of their lineup. That's if Click has to hit. Carl drops a strike right in there. There's a hard ground ball to third. Big hop into the belly. George picks it up, makes the play. 1 down. Sticks down to their last 2 outs now.
Right center.
Both outfields have been pretty solid. Haven't really seen anybody. And there's a line drive knocked down by Carl. 2 outs. That ball was ticketed to center field. Carl got his left hand up, just slapped it down and made the play down to their last out. Jack Harrigan. Sticks have been climbing uphill all day, trying to put the tying run on here. And Click. I would venture to say that the scoring chances have been pretty even for both teams. Front end of the ball game certainly belonged to Click. The back end to Sticks. And there's calls that a strike. Harrigan trying to fool the umpire. And Jack's kind of grinning. I think he knew it was a strike, but he wasn't going to swing at it, so he thought he'd try it. Full count here. And Harrigan, this should do it. So Click will play for the championship. They hold on. Almost blew a 7-0 lead, but almost doesn't count. And we're going to click off. We'll be back with the championship game in a little bit. They're still playing on the other diamond, I believe. No, it looks like they finished, but it'll be a couple